Hi there and welcome back to another video. Let's uncover the mystery that is cryptocurrency and, like in a game where it's all greyed out, unlock a new way for you to invest by covering what it is, how you can add it to your portfolio today, and if you stick around to the end of the video, I'll answer the question of how I can see it having the potential to make me and others hopefully a bucket load of money, and why I regret not investing in crypto a lot sooner. This is going to be a part of a video series where I cover different types of investments and how you can get started. So if you like this or content on how to be smarter with your money, how to beat those supermarkets out there that are charging extortionate amounts for your food, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. So what is cryptocurrency? Cryptocurrency, it's a form of digital or online money that isn't actually controlled by any government or bank. This lack of being controlled refers to one of its main benefits, decentralization. So it doesn't actually sort of report or go to anywhere basically. But that makes it popular for a lot of different uses, some being legal and some, well, not. So what I want you to do is imagine an online database. Anyone can access it. You get your own code or your own key. And whenever crypto is bought or sold, it's marked and verified on that database. So transactions can't be faked, duplicated, overwritten. So let's just say if you sold some cryptocurrency, it would use your code. So it would take it from your code to whatever code it's going to, basically transferring it over. And then if you tried to sell it again, it would verify it across that database to say, oh, actually that's already gone. It doesn't exist in your sort of balance anymore. Did I forget to mention the bit where it's anonymous completely? With types of cryptocurrency, there are thousands, the most well-known being Bitcoin and Ethereum, which both have their own unique properties, their own uses. Starting off with a little bit about Bitcoin, it's mostly used for the transfer of money when you buy, sell, exchange goods. But like currencies around the world, the value of Bitcoin goes up and down. The thing to consider as well is with Bitcoin, there will only ever be 21 million Bitcoin, not a single one more. And as more Bitcoin is sort of introduced into the system, eventually you're going to reach that 21 million point where the use of it is going to go up, but there is no more. So the way I can only see it is the value is going to go up as the use and the demand for it goes up, but the supply of it slows down and eventually stops. At the minute, 92% of all the Bitcoin that will ever exist does, and that number just keeps going up. So now with Ethereum's similar in terms of being sort of a store of value in terms of using it to be able to buy, sell and exchange of goods. But another aspect of it is smart contracts. So a smart contract is basically where once a certain set of conditions are met, it enforces the contract. So let's just say a logistics company has a contract with another company. If their shipment arrives in late, but in their contract it stipulates some sort of penalty, the smart contract, it would see that this condition has been met and it would enforce it and charge whatever that sum is. As another example, an insurance company, if something unfortunate happens with no human involvement, with the contract that's in place, it just executes it and the money comes over to you. But you can see from this, just in general, with all sorts of financial sort of applications, all sorts of ways that this can be used in society, how much potential this really has as a benefit. So how does it actually work as an investment? So bear in mind, past results are never a sign of future results. Essentially it works in terms of capital appreciation, so the value of goods going up or down, just like with commodities. So let's say gold, silver, coffee, their value always goes up and down. So in 2014, this was the value of Bitcoin and Ethereum shown on screen. And then this was the value in 2018. Today, at the point of recording, the value for Bitcoin is $29,040, and then Ethereum is $1,830. Just as, again, another comparison, in 2010, a Bitcoin was 5 pence when it was first introduced. Obviously, as you can see now, it's changed a lot. So let's just say you bought $1,000 worth of Bitcoin in 2015. Back then it was $327 a share. But at the point of recording, if you bought $1,000 worth in 2015, today it would be worth $88,000 and about $800. That's an 8,780% increase on the money you put in. Now you're starting to see why I regret not investing in this just a little bit sooner. Imagine the potential of if you bought Bitcoin at 5p. And now to cover some of the risks. So you've seen from the video, it's very risky, very volatile. It has very massive upswings, massive downswings in value. It's all over the place. It's something no one can gauge. A lot of people say don't invest money into crypto that you're not prepared to completely lose, because there is the potential for it. The thing is with crypto is there's no profit statements, no income statements. There's no way to measure, gauge, or estimate where the price is going to go. It's a very tough thing to sort of predict and put together. A massive thing as well is both in the US, the UK, but it is not, if you're in the US, it's not FDIC approved, and if you're in the UK, it's not FSCS approved. So that means that the money is basically not backed if the value does plummet, if the company that holds it or if something about it is hacked or stolen, or the company that holds it goes under. There's nothing there to protect you. Another risk is legislation, law, that side of things. So there's a lot sort of in the press at the minute by certain countries, let's say, banning cryptocurrency, and some countries trying to bring in legislation to try and control it a bit more. But on the positives, adoption is very strong. So a lot of companies out there have a lot of research going into the adoption of cryptocurrency, about using it and taking it as payment. At the minute, PayPal, Visa, even American Express, they're all sort of payment services that are recognizing and accepting crypto in one way or another. Even El Salvador was the first country in the world that actually has adopted it as a legal currency, a legal tender. Another positive is obviously the use cases. If you're looking to transfer money locally in the same country as you or internationally, there's massive benefits involved where you don't obviously have to make payment to another company for carrying out that transaction. So if you're trying to give some money to family abroad, there's no one there that you have to pay any fees to. If it's for business, if there's a large transaction going through, again, it has the potential to save both people and businesses a heck of a lot of money. One of my favorite ones as well is the Bitcoin halving. So every 4 years, the incentive for people that basically generate Bitcoin and pump it into the system, but that halves. So that means every 4 years, the amount of Bitcoin that gets introduced into the system is going to slow. Supply slows. And as you have demand that's going up, as you have supply that goes down with the more Bitcoin that goes in, naturally the price is going to increase. In the past, it has massively increased whenever there's been a Bitcoin halving. Some people say it's just, it was a pure coincidence tied in with other events, but in the past there has been an increase in value around the time of Bitcoin halvings. I think the next one sort of expected sort of around May of 2024-ish at the minute. So to get started, what you want to do is you want to look into cryptocurrency exchanges. So they're people that will essentially allow you to use your money in your bank account and use that to buy cryptocurrency. There are some that are easier and more straightforward to use. There are some that are more complicated. There are some that are a little bit cheaper with fees. There are some that are more expensive. But it's all down to you and doing your research to find what the best one is for you. What you want to do is you want to sign up, basically deposit your money, and then that's when you can get started. I started off using Coinbase myself, but then recently I've changed to a company called Ziglu, but they are only available in the UK. So you can store it on the platform, sort of as I discussed, but you do have the risks associated with that if the platform goes under. So you want to make sure you're quite comfortable with the company, because there's always that risk. Or there is another way, basically once it's bought, you can store it in something called a cold wallet. This is where you basically take it off the internet, stop it from being online, and you keep it on essentially a memory stick. The great thing is you can start from as little or as much as you want to, but make sure you carry out your own research and fully understand all the risks that are involved, because I'm not a financial advisor. This video is purely for entertainment, so make sure you understand everything, and do your own research if this is something you want to pursue. In general, they say not to invest more than what you're comfortable losing, because there is that risk you could lose it all and the value could plummet. In general, if it will take a number to get you to hit the subscribe button, they say not to invest more than 5% of your investment portfolio, just as a general rule of thumb. Now, since I've given you the 5% number, this is where you hold up your end of the bargain and, hit the subscribe button. I really hope you've enjoyed. Thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. I really appreciate you researching the ways in how to grow your wealth. Hopefully I've given you some inspiration, some direction as to if this is something you might want to look into more, or if not, I'm glad I could help you reach that conclusion as well. If you like these types of videos on different investments, budgeting, maybe even property as well in the future, be sure to hit the subscribe button down below, and I will see you next week, same sort of time, same sort of place. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.